It's your boy Ten Toes and coming back at you on my Grounded channel. Now I got a lot to say today, bro. As always, there's a lot happening in the media right now. Every aspect, especially what I just talked about in my last video, this Young Thug situation. But man, I'm sure y'all have seen everything going on, the interview, the leaks. I'm gonna tell y'all, we're not talking about that. What he said in the interview only affirmed what I told y'all in my video. And that these dudes are pawns and puppets in a scheme much larger than them. And we've talked about these rappers taking oaths, but when I tell you that the puppets, don't forget who's really profiting and what their job is. They're just pushing this. Does that exempt them of emotions? We see how the internet treats all of this and how much energy they give to bash somebody else. But guess what? It doesn't matter who it is that you're talking about. When you put that out there, you're allowing yourself to receive that. It's deep and you don't realize that. Social media will never not be destructive and just serve no purpose, especially after academics said how, we're all talking about who ratted. When somebody really died in this case, man, it's really just hitting me how it's so far from the bigger picture.
If y'all seen 3 years of trial and y'all think the biggest sin or the biggest, issue that came out of this was Gunna turned his back on Thug and not heard about murders that was going on, how families got fractured. The family of Donovan Nut Thomas showed up to that court for 3 years straight and not one fucking apology to any of the supposed victims. And the only thing we care about is if Gunna ratted. I think we lost the plot. We lost the plot. Or you can just believe the manipulation. I don't give a damn.
And this is just one corner of the map when, like I said earlier, this is happening in every aspect of entertainment. I don't care if you're a Sabrina Carpenter fan or if you're watching some shit on Netflix. These agendas, these symbolic messages you see, it's everywhere. And in 2025, I tell y'all, it's a spiritual warfare, because what's the average person like that's fed all this propaganda and these external things that misguide us? Well, they're lost. They're seeking external approval. They're operating from their lower self. They're not grounded, not connected to the cosmos in any way, fully on this playing field, fully tied to the emotions that come with this playing field. This might sound weird to y'all. This is really what's going on. I will tell y'all over and over, it's not an accident. I have a whole lecture about spiritual warfare. But we as people are being controlled. And when I tell you these people in power, they externalize these sacred teachings. They don't want you to look within. What does it mean to look within? It just means be present, sit with yourself, and truly understand how you really feel, the real you. Now, who's conditioned by this world? We know this by now. But I see all this on the media, and y'all know when I like to find these topics to get deeper on, man, I sometimes don't even like to entertain anymore. And with this Young Thug situation, I'm so over it. Look at the chaos and destruction and division that's going on in the world. This is real spiritual warfare, and we're caught up on bullshit. It's crazy when these people who are so famous nowadays, we're learning how many people are really behind them, keeping them in the position they're in, holding them to standards where they can't speak on certain things. These people are sellouts. Why can't they speak on certain things? Ask yourself these questions. What happens if we get the answers to these questions they can't ask her? These things they can't say. Why can't we hear it? But it's because there's a real committee and there's a real script to follow. There's things that don't fit the narrative, and there's people who profit off narratives. The world's waking up, of course. But we still have this illusion of power. In my spiritual warfare lecture, I told y'all, this power is an illusion. This money's an illusion. We as people are the ones who keep this world going. We are responsible. We have the power. It's in our hands, but we are controlled spiritually. It is a spiritual warfare for everybody. This is never to put fear in you, but you can't be like the rest in 2025. Maximize your situation. Make the most out of whatever it is you're going through. It's all perspective. I know we have work. I know we need to put money on the table, but it all starts with being present and making the right decisions, not being attached to these worldly things that don't serve purpose.